Is it you? Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Or you don't see it popped up? Okay. Hi, Allie. Hi, team. Yeah, we're live. 1,000 subs. Thanks to everybody. Appreciate you guys. Let's see who the first to arrive in here is. Or will anybody arrive? You see me? It says one in here. 3 thumbs up? All right, who's giving these thumbs up? It might have been my daughter. Is it, okay, are you the only one in here? Oh, hey, Carrie, how's it going? How are you? Yeah, I'm just hanging out tonight. You're the first to arrive. I'm gonna just do a little live stream thanking everybody for the 1,000. I know. I had a feeling you'd be the first arriver. Well, nice to see you here. Oh, yeah. You know, I figured I'd just do like milestone thank yous, you know, and do it via live stream. Why not? You know, so thank you, Carrie. And Steven, thank you. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Thank you guys for being in my corner while I go out and, you know, field these, well, it's funny, the paradox is the characters I'm fielding are more so in the chat than on the street. Hey guys. Life is good. That's great, Steven. I'm just hanging out here. I got my family here, but they're, you know, off cam. I'm here with my coffee and doing a little nightcap with you guys to say thank you for the 1,000 subs and for all the support. Oh my, don't make me turn red. I appreciate that, Carrie. Thank you. So thank you so much, guys. In the next 12-month time horizon or so, I'm going to be doing at least lives I'm thinking once a week at least. If I go on vacation or something comes up, I might kind of temper that and make it a little more infrequent. But once a week, for sure, it's going to be part of my staple. But I do want to do other things too. Like I want to bring some more people onto the channel to interview. Like, I don't know if you guys saw my interview with Will Tuttle, who wrote this amazing book, The World Peace Diet. If you haven't read this, this is great for vegans to read because it gives you all kinds of just deep knowledge on the why of animal agriculture. The best book I've ever read. I will say that with not a doubt in my mind, the best book I've ever read. Definitely check that out. And check out my interview with Will that I did I think earlier this month. But I want to have more people on the show. I have some ideas and I don't want to say anything yet, but they're pretty exciting people that I think I'll have. And pretty helpful people that can help vegans as communicators and help us, you know, just keep learning. And the more knowledge you get, the more you can impart, you know, and the more we can help this world go vegan. Hi, Daniel. How's it going? Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. Wow, there's 15 people in here. That's awesome. Well, I'm just here. If you're just getting here, I'm here in my place and just saying thank you to you guys for the amazing support you've given me since I really started spearheading this initiative in March. Thanks, LS. Thank you, LS. LS is always in my corner, always in my corner. And going to help me learn German. No, I know. No pressure there, you know. I will, you know, I'll follow up with my Duolingo, but it's funny, every time Alexander's on, I go in there and I'll just, you know, say, yeah, vegan, and everything else is eins, fein, yeah, I'm like, you know, just the intensity is palpable in there, and I could tell most of them are trolls. But yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Okay, thank you, Sankey. This Sankey says, this dude looks like a buff Mark Zuckerberg. I appreciate that. Well, I don't know. Do I appreciate that? I actually, I like to think I'm an uptick from Mark Zuckerberg, but I'll take. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Um, yeah. So this next year, I want to do interviews with people. I want to expand into some different signs. Like I have some different ideas for signs. Um, One of the things I've realized since doing this in my area in America on the East Coast is the objections and the biggest objections that people have for going vegan. And I can tell you on the street and in the chat, who wants to take a guess what the biggest one that I've seen through my purview is? What's the biggest objection, the biggest barrier for somebody really recepting the vegan message? Do you guys have any guesses? Because I can tell you what I'm pretty sure it is. So religion. Yeah, tradition for sure. That goes with religion. So religion, that is the biggest one. Religion comes up to the umpteenth degree most of the time in the chat, and it also comes up on the street. And I was thinking of making some signs that are more tailor-made to the objections. Like, for instance, I was thinking of a sign that would say, would Jesus kill an animal? Or would Jesus be vegan? And then I'll have 3 quick questions to kind of, tap into their FOMO and maybe prompt some engagement. So that's one of my ideas. Carrie says, I was leaning towards religion, but it could have been taste or pleasure. Taste, boom, right behind it. That's the second one I found. And then all of a sudden behind that's nature and natural. And, well, we've been doing it for 10,000 years. Oh, we evolved. All that. Or there you go. Would Jesus be proud of slaughterhouses? That's a good idea too. Every once in a while, someone comes out of nowhere. Major, I don't know. Are you smoking something? Okay. Oh. Yeah, so religion, taste. Are we getting some trolls in here? I can't do one live stream without without the trolls just pouring in. I was hoping this would be the one where I got, we're going trollless. My last one I did a run. Remember? I don't know if you guys were there for that. I did a run and I said, quick post-run talk with my vegan friends, Q&A after the run. And then all of a sudden, it's filled with trolls. And there's just thousands of views. And it's all just, it turns into an activism event. So I really like to keep this, just between me and some my helpful vegan friends, all my vegan friends here. So Daniel says, since I've been living in Cyprus, it's amazing how diverse the vegan palette is here in Cyprus. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, there's so many geographic areas that are just so accommodating to vegans. One of the guys that I follow, I can't remember his first name, but his channel name is Fit Vegan Activist, and I think he's in Malta, and he's mentioned that there's some great vegan options in Malta. And who would have thought, like all over the world, different areas in Europe, Amsterdam, Chip, you guys know Chip, who's in Amsterdam. He laments there's all kinds of awesome vegan places to eat in Amsterdam. They're all, you can find it anywhere, right? Let's see here. Okay, all right, thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. But let me get back on where I was going. Definitely want to do some more interviews. I will be kind of refining the street outreach a little bit. And of course, the street outreach will be my kind of staple. I'll be doing once a week, mixing up areas. I really hit a diverse array of areas in the last 2 weeks. And it's so cool too, because if you do this, like this live pop-up outreach. Oh, I also want to make a video, a very edited, kind of curated video on how to do live pop-up outreach and like just things that I've learned and try to impart information from what I've learned and what I've seen through my purview of like YouTube analytics and as such. But but I want to show people how to do pop-up live streams. The cool thing about it is in the last 2 weeks, like some of my biggest streams on a view for view basis, view per hour basis, were like a half an hour long. And the amount of hours that it accrued on like a whole basis were as high as one of mine was an hour long, and it accrued 277 hours of watch time. And if you want to do this and you want to start a YouTube channel, it's great for momentum and traction because you need 3,000 hours to get to that first like metric, and then 4,000 hours to get to the next metric where you can start being more productive, and you can start adding kind of peripheral things like different ad monetization and the like. So, but you can really do it for just a half an hour to 45 minutes, and you can get a lot out of that. And plus, it's just, let me just go off a little bit about why I think live pop-up outreach is such a fundamental new kind of driver that I think we need in the movement. I've seen a lot through the last, I guess I've been doing it for 7 months or so, and I've learned organically, while you do it, you go up this learning curve, and with this learning curve, there's like this kind of diminishing anxiety factor, which is cool. So that already you got that in the backdrop. Because when I first started, I was extremely nervous, and of course anybody's going to be nervous, but I'm being a very highly attuned person. I feel like it was particularly extreme for me. But as you go on, and there's that time factor, the kind of anxiety diminishes as you go up the curve of the learning. But I've been doing it for like 7 or 8 months, and going live is so much better than just planting the camera there and filming and waiting for someone to come. Here are the reasons why. So you put it there, you turn it on, right? You have vegans that are instantly in the room. I mean, I got Carrie here, I got LS, and all these, Daniel, all these supporters that got my back that are in the chat. And I can, there's a bunch of them that aren't here right now, like VSL and Gigliardo and Fat Chip Guy. Who else comes by a lot? Navia, Ben, there's so many. Hey Haas, what's going on? Haas has got my back. Haas is here a lot. And when you have all these vegans, you feel like this great support, in the backdrop, like this, almost like this, like leverage, like this confidence. So you're starting off with your live, you have your supporters in the room. Now, one, it gives you confidence in, like I said, leverage to just, really do this. It diminishes the anxiety a bit, tempers it. 2, having everybody in here keeps you accountable. So the person doing the activism feels a sense of accountability because we want the topic to be on the ethos. We know, and I know that all my vegan friends want the topic to be reined back to ethos each time. We don't want to go off on tangents into nutrition, arguments into nutrition, arguments into environment. It's all got to be this mindful kind of tractor beaming back to ethos and the reason why we're vegan and the animals. So you feel this really strong sense of accountability along with support. So it's like this double whammy of positiveness that you're going in there with. Okay, so those are the first 2 points. Another point is that when you're doing this, you don't have that sense of vulnerability like if you were just filming. You're out there, and I'm talking to the chat a lot, and I have a microphone. So if you posture strong and you just start talking to the chat back and forth, you're not really gonna feel funny, but people walking by are gonna be like, what the hell's going on here? And they're gonna be curious, and you will kind of have the upper hand as far as the control if you kind of posture like that, like you're doing this is you're owning it, and you want to be friendly and engaging, of course, and you try to bring them in for a chat. So when you have the live going on and you're talking to them, it gives your attention somewhere else to go besides your nerves, and it's productive too, because there's so many people in the chat that just are, they just don't have the information, and they need they need people to talk to them. Haas says, "Hi James, have you ever considered using a sign that's more generic, e.g. social experiment, come join? I think it could yield more stoppers and be less emotionally taxing, less pressure." Haas, yes, and I kind of wanted someone to ask me that tonight, and that's a great question. For the time being, I want to keep it how I have it. And the reason is I have a school of thought behind this. First, and I know I've said this to you before, and I've actually said it when you were live before. I love that because it casts a broad net. It casts a broad net. And it's funny because when I asked you that, you had to shut the stream down like right away. There was like some troll action or something, and you just had to get the heck out of there. But it casts such a broad net, and I love the sign. And I think, that is one heck of an awesome approach. But I like to stand there with the word vegan on the sign. For one, I feel like the people that approach me are either gonna be, one, very contesting and they wanna fight, they wanna argue, but two, they could be people that are ready to hear because they already know what they're getting into. They will not be blindsided and they may be ready to hear. Kind of like akin to the effect of a cube, where the people that come up, that stop, or those are the people that are kind of ready to hear. So I might try something like that in the future. I love how it's kind of like, it's very like, boom, it kind of scales real quick and it puts, accountability and the thought mechanisms working, on the other side of the other person. Ha says, maybe there's a happy medium, something like animal lover. That's a great idea, actually. Haas, I'm taking notes. That's a great idea. I like that. So I appreciate your feedback, sir. Haas is an amazing activist himself, everybody, and it's just an honor, to have you in here, bud. I really appreciate you and your support as well, and your activism. So, but yeah, that's a great idea, actually. I may stress test that a few times, maybe in the next few weeks, few months. So we'll see how that rolls. But most likely, I'll probably stick to my guns as far as what I have, as far as not vegan yet. 3 quick questions. So far, it's working pretty good. Like I went out Saturday night and I was talking more of the time as opposed to talking to the chat more of the time. So I was talking to the people on the street way more than I was talking to the chat. And it kind of had to do with, I think, the volume of people going by. There was a lot of people out. But if you just be friendly and, hey, you guys want to try, I think it can be effective. Plus, I kind of like, having that, I kind of like having the word kind of palpably and tangibly out there too. Societal flow has this such ease of which it just keeps going and going. Everybody goes to their certain destinations, like lemmings almost, We don't question anything. There's never any curveballs in our societal flow. And having the word there is kind of cool because it kind of puts that out, that limelight on it, puts it in the room, and puts a limelight on it. And I kind of like having that kind of disrupting the flowiness a little bit. But multiple approaches, end of the day, I think the more activists, the better, because that's the more we're imparting information, the more mud we're getting out there on the wall, and I think the more will stick, right? And that goes for like any kind of activism too, right? You mean t-shirts, guys, like chalktivism, like, t-shirts is like a non-action. You're gonna wear one anyway. Why not wear one to the gym? Why not wear one to the grocery store? A pin that says, ask me why I'm vegan. Pins are great, I think. But yeah, so just going back to the live activism thing to finish that up real quick. It is, one, you have all the vegans in the room that are supporting you, and it's awesome. 2, they are keeping you accountable. You want to stay on ethos. 3, it gives you a kind of like a strong posture when you're in the live and you're talking to the chat and to people. Like there's a bit of confidence that you're gonna feel there. And you can really only understand that experientially. Like you'll know what I'm saying experientially. 4, you're pretty safe too. I mean, if you're in public, and someone sees you doing a live, or sees you like this, it's kind of a deterrent from, any kind of danger or anything like that. So I like that about it. Plus, if you're going to create content, you can extrapolate content from it too. You can extrapolate shorts. You can extrapolate, actual versus videos or whatever. And if you're trying to gain YouTube momentum, you get views right there and then, no editing, right? You get hours right there, boom, you just get them. Yeah, so those are the main bullet points why I think living is so good. Anyway, if you're just getting here, guys, I am celebrating, and I'm really happy and thankful for everybody. I have over 1,000 subscribers now, and it's all because of you guys, my vegan fam in the house. So does anyone have any cool questions or any questions they want to ask me? You want to take a crack at answering? Corey, what's your question? I guess I'll answer your question. Oh, we're breaching that threshold now. I'm getting a bunch of, watch out. We're hitting okay, we're about to get some interesting activity in here. There's 50. So let's see, what's Corey? Corey, let me let you ask your question. Go ahead. Where am I? Okay, so I am on the East Coast. I'm in Maryland. I'd rather not pinpoint it. If you, yeah, I'll just say that I'm in Maryland, Daniel. Where's Corey's question? I don't see it. Dumb Joke says, have you ever met Corey Feldman? No, I haven't. Anyway, guys, so I'm really looking forward to the next year and making more videos, more content, interviews, and more activism. Thorindus says, what's for dinner? So we just had this amazing dinner. We cooked up some pasta with Gardein meatballs, a little fennel in them, had some tomato basil red sauce, and you can eat everything vegan, right, guys? Italian, Mexican, Asian. We did Italian tonight. So that's what we had for dinner, me and my family. Okay, cool. Doing a reverse psychology sign. LS says, have you ever thought about doing a reverse psychology sign? Okay, let me hit that, LS, but first Corey has a question. So a person that lives on EBT and doesn't have access to sustainable sources of protein, how do you want them to go vegan? So, Corey, believe it or not, a very fixed income, believe it or not, you can get all the nutrients from a cheap plant-based diet. Beans, rice, legumes, chickpeas, lentils, pasta. The cheapest foods that are out there, by default, are actually vegan. Beans are pound for pound better protein than meat, as far as on a number basis, on a grams basis. So, you get beans and rice, boom, you're rolling. And you can find other things. I know that that's a situation that's challenging. And, when we're in these situations where things are very challenging, we can do our best. So, just like Inuits that are in different areas and they have to do what they got to do to eat, sometimes they have to kill. And it's a matter of life or of death. That's a different situation. If you're in a situation, where you are very limited, you can do your best. But I think with your situation, you can still be vegan, and you can find those things. If your why is strong enough, you'll go to the lengths to discover, what you can eat and what you can get. Yeah, lentils are great, says Jordan. And believe it or not, every single fruit and vegetable, rice, bean, etc., everything, grain, has every single essential amino acid, every single one of them. So even an orange. So if you're simply eating enough food on a calorie basis, you're fine. There are things, meat eaters supplemented with B12 through the cow. The vegans, we just take it directly. It's also fortified in many, many foods if you're eating different vegan foods. But on a vitamin nutrient basis, plant-based, easy. Cheap plant-based, easy. Get it all. Let's see. LS, so you asked if I've ever thought about doing a reverse psychology sign. Do you mean something like, hey, we should it's okay to abuse dogs, change my mind or something like that. Is that what you mean? Hey, Pig's Dream, how's it going? Pig's Dream is hooking me up with some awesomely edited videos and pumping them out there, just making them look much better than I made them look. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think I may dabble in that as well. I may take a few, like stress test those a little bit. Um, Oh yes, Carrie says Pig's Dream is another excellent vegan channel. Everyone subscribe to Pig's Dream. Yes, everyone subscribe to Pig's Dream. Amazing content that they've got over there. Check it out. It really is some awesome content that Pig's Dream has going on. But yeah, for sure, I am going to test different signs for sure. So a reverse psychology thing could be really interesting. I like that actually. So it's really cool. There's so much flexibility, you can write anything you want on a sign and you can just stand there and organically see what happens. And we'll find that some signs work better than others. Like on an engagement basis, as far as what I'm doing right now with live pop-ups, the sign seems to be doing a pretty good job of getting people in the room and even getting people over to me to talk to so I can have the conversation and hand out a card and get better at it as far as my dynamic with others. I'm not a perfect activist by any means. I'm still fairly new. And I look forward to refining my dynamics with people and find some kind of beats where I can take a moment and maybe change something for the next time. But Daniel says, I'm 62. I've been vegan for 25 years. Holy smokes, that's awesome. That's awesome. And probably super healthy, I'm presuming. Daniel, that's awesome. I just love these anti-vegan channels that fearmonger vegans. I can name a few, but I don't even want to give them the attention. And I can name a few doctors too. Big quotes there. Well, I guess they're technically MDs. But just going out spouting all this misinformation and propagating carnivore diets. Oh, it's like, is this real life? It's like sometimes I feel like I'm in like a satire show or a sideshow. Like, is this real life? There's one doctor out there, if you guys know Anthony Chaffee, holy mackerel, just unbelievably unsound information, and yet a huge following. The guy basically gets up there, speaks with a matter-of-fact voice, starts talking, everything, of course, aligned with his bias, and just really conflating and obfuscating, his watchers. And people want to hear what they want to hear, and people love the taste of meat. That's like we were talking about earlier, the second thing that keeps people from veganism is taste, from at least what I've seen from my purview. And people love hearing what they want to hear, so they exact all this confirmation bias, and they follow like lemmings these doctors that are taking their health right off a cliff, in the spirit of the said doctors becoming basically celebrities, and net profiting off it to a pretty substantial degree. But that's really cool. Hidden camera. I've been seeing a lot of hidden camera footage of people cooking dogs recently. That would maybe be an insane thing to try and do outreach, but potentially effective. Oh, yeah, I can see that being pretty cool. In fact, I was thinking of getting a tablet, LS. Oh, LS, you were the one actually that told me to maybe have some footage on you, some slaughterhouse footage on you. So I'm getting a tablet this year too. So I'm gonna have that. Right now I have the pictures. I just open up the sign, and I have the pictures that kind of showcase dairy, eggs, and meat. But I think a tablet where I can show footage like that, and yeah, along the lines of the reverse psychology basis. That's cool. That's actually a cool idea to have that, use that as a utility there. Yeah, tablet, because they're so small, and I think I even have a few here. I can probably find a way to repurpose them, but I'll probably end up buying a new one. Probably gonna find a new one. But yeah, so anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks. I'll probably stay on for another few minutes or so, but this is just meant to be a big thank you for all my supporters that have been, watching me, and you guys that subscribed to me. I hit the 1,000 mark. I want to go to 2,000. I want to go to 5,000, 10,000, because I feel like the more I get up there, the more I'm going to be able to spread reach. And, of course, we can all encourage each other. We can all, be active in our own way, and we can use the chats as positive, kind of moments to lean on each other, to motivate each other, and be there while we're doing outreach and talking to people on the street. So I really appreciate you guys subscribing and being in my chat when I'm out there talking to people. Oh, come on, Carrie. No, Carrie told me to, I had my screen horizontal for my first few lives, okay? And it was great. I had 9 or 10 people in the room. I think the last time I did it, I think I got to like 23, 25 people that were listening, and that's awesome. But after that last one, that was before I went on vacation. I left the country for a little bit. Carrie said, do it vertical next time. And I was like, all right, I'll do it vertical next time. And so I did. And then, this is how you organically learn navigating something like YouTube. It's obviously better, and it attracts more people in. Something with the algorithm, I don't know, or there's a secret sauce there. When you go vertical, you can get more people in. So thank you, Carrie, for telling me to go vertical. Logan says, I love meat. Of course I was hoping I could get through this stream without, of course, somebody. Logan, you had to do it. You had to ruin it. I don't even know what to say, Logan. What do you want? Okay. Anyway, absolutely, Stephen. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You got a lot of, you just really support me a lot. You leave comments, and you're there in my chats. I really appreciate that. Oh, Carrie's a gunslinger. She just boom, see ya. There goes that guy. Wow. Yeah. Thanks, Carrie. Yeah. Where are these people that just come in and say, I had a bone ribeye, I had a steak, I ate an egg? Like, are these AI bots that are just like permeating our spaces? I don't know, but thanks for taking care of that. Oh boy. Okay. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Anyway. Thanks everybody. I really appreciate you guys. Does anybody else have any questions or any points or questions for me at all? Or you can ask me anything. NPCs, yep. Got a little coffee here tonight. Remember that whole NPC craze where just that was the thing you do on TikTok or YouTube or whatever? Ever heard of an egg drop bot? No, I don't think I have. Okay, Nolan has a question. Do you ever do multi-day water only fasts? If so, your thoughts on that? Multi-day water only? No, I don't, Nolan. I think that's pretty cool, actually. I've never tried it. That's probably something I'd be interested in, to kind of see how that works, because I'm assuming you're super hungry after like the first or second day. And then, at a certain point, I think you must hit that threshold where you're just not that aware of your hunger levels. I've always found that fascinating. That's something I would totally do. I don't know if you do that, but that is a really cool thing, I think. Steven says, I've done a 3-day water green tea fast. It was amazing. Oh, that's awesome. For the meat lovers, at least they are participating. Encourage them to raise their game, and some will go down the rabbit hole and come out vegan. Yeah, we're not getting everybody, out of here. There's just certain people that we know we're at an impasse with. Like when someone comes in and says, I like steak. not a good signal, and I don't think we're going anywhere with that person. But yeah, you make it, we do want to keep people in here. You're absolutely right, especially if they're vegan curious, or maybe they do have some good questions. Steven said, okay, I read that. But yeah, Nolan, that's pretty cool. So that would be my thought on that. I think it's pretty cool. But if you're in here and you're not vegan, go vegan, man. Or if you want, you can sub into my channel and watch me every week. I'll be out there talking to people and just imparting information. It's just simple. We're just imparting information that people wouldn't get otherwise, just as per how our whole capitalistic engine runs. All this stuff is suppressed from us. So, Tiny Dancer says, "Hey there." Hi, Tiny Dancer. Okay. So that's really all we're doing. We're just out there, talking to people. And you can go vegan if you're not, and you can do it very easily in this day and age. If you want, check it out. I have, by the way, to anybody in here, my vegan friends, I highly recommend this book. It's called The World Peace Diet. It's by Dr. Will Tuttle. If you notice, I interviewed him in early January and asked him for some tips and kind of insightful tools that he could give us activists. And I thought it was a really awesome live stream. And I can't believe I got him. He's such a nice, just gracious man, just nice guy overall, and so informative. This book is the best book I've ever read. And if you're a vegan looking for different tools of which to adopt, of which you can communicate, The World Peace Diet is the book. It's full stop the best book out there on veganism and how we became a herding culture, and kind of taking it from there, and how things and why things are the way they are nowadays. Tiny Dancer says, "I'm vegetarian, but turning vegan is a little expensive." Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I'll tell you, there's recent studies out there that really lament that you can be vegan and eat very cheap and inexpensive. It's actually, these studies are saying that it's 27% cheaper to be vegan. Obviously we're not talking about the analogs here, like Beyond and Impossible and, all the whatever. We're talking about legumes, beans, chickpeas, lentils, pasta, cheap foods. You can find them. And like I was saying earlier, you can just eat enough and you are good, because every single plant has every single plant food, fruits, vegetables, etc., has every single essential amino acid. You just have to eat enough food. That's it. So Tiny Dancer, you can do it. I don't know if you know about the dairy industry, but the dairy industry is pretty darn sick. And I would even contest that it's worse than the beef industry on a standalone basis, because there's much more myriad of happenings that happen behind the curtain in the dairy industry. And I won't say any right now. I mean, all my vegan friends we know, but want to keep this pretty friendly and fun, this live stream. But I would challenge you, Tiny Dancer, to look into dairy and to just realize that the reason you went vegetarian, I'm assuming was for the animals. That reason transcends to going vegan. You really should be vegan if you went vegetarian for the animals, and it's bonus healthier for you. So it's healthier for you guys. That's a bonus. Oh no, what do we got here? Jimmy says, "Don't deny your nature." So that's the third objection that I hear most of the time out there on the street. Is third. First is religion. Second is taste. Third is nature. We're not gonna go down the path and address that, Jimmy, but it's fallacious bringing up nature. We'll just say that it's fallacious. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna cut it here. Please, keep being you guys. You guys are awesome. I just appreciate all the support. 1,000 subs is amazing. I can't believe I did it, and I did it so fast. The pace at which I did that was incredibly fast. Just keep being awesome, you guys. Thanks for everything. I love you all. I'm looking forward to being out there on the street again. I don't know if anyone saw my live from Saturday. It was epic. We had groups of people. We had groups of teenagers. I had Batman himself which I plan on making some shorts with. So far I've done some activism with Santa. We've done Santa activism and now Batman activism. But if you haven't seen that, check it out. Just fast forward to it from Saturday's live. It was cool, and the guy was actually receptive. I said at the end, I was like, "What's your name, man?" And he goes, "Bruce Wayne," without skipping a beat. I was like, "Oh, this is good. This will be good TV." But you know, he was very receptive. He took a card with Gary's speech. Last thing I'll leave you guys with is, since now it appears I have all these non-vegans in the room, check out the best speech you'll ever hear. This is it right here. If you have a phone on you, scan that. It's by Gary Yourofsky. He breaks down the why of why we're vegan, and very articulately so. And he's made a lot of people vegan with his speeches. Check out Will Tuttle's book, All Fellow Vegans, just to give you more information to impart people with. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Can't wait to see you guys again in the next stream. All right, everybody. Take care.